Let's welcome to the show economist E.J. Antoni from the Heritage Foundation and Americans for Tax Reform President Grover Norquist. The evening edit debate tonight. Job growth is on the line in the upcoming showdown next week. E.J., first to you. Your new story, you said job growth was overstated last year by almost 800,000 jobs. What happened? What's the real number?
Well, Liz, what we're essentially seeing is the Bureau of Labor Statistics grossly overestimating the number of monthly payrolls. And not only were these numbers revised down last year, 10 out of 12 months were revised down, but on top of that, now we get quarterly census data, which is much more accurate than those monthly estimates. And this new data shows that those job gains were overestimated, as you said, by almost 800,000. That's about 1 in every 4 jobs that was supposedly added last year, which now never even existed.
That's a huge number, Grover. What do you think of this? You know, Biden is claiming he created more than 15 million jobs, but the BLS's household survey, which asks actual people if they have a job or not, shows there's only been a gain of just 2.4 million workers since February 2020.
Well, EJ's study is extremely powerful and really raises questions about transparency in government, whether the bureaucracy is part of Biden's effort at a campaign organization rather than a government office. You also have the questions of labor force participation. While the numbers of people being hired can go up, the question is, are there also more people in the country? Is unemployment, real unemployment, actually getting better? Are people leaving the labor force and not coming back to work? I mean, what are the other questions you have here? Yeah. And also we see a lot of the numbers of jobs that are created that they point to are simply government jobs that actually don't produce wealth.
Yeah, it's like 1 out of 4 jobs every month are government jobs, and that's paid for by taxpayers. You know, the measure of jobs growth in the BLS household survey has not been growing at all in the last year. There are actually fewer people employed now than there were in July 2023. So Biden's taking off a week to prepare for the CNN presidential debate next week with Trump. You know, listen to a voter at Trump's Wisconsin rally, talk about the hardships they're facing, and then watch the hot takes from the left on the media getting it wrong about the economy. People are being misled out there. Watch this.
I'm blowing through my savings, just trying to keep up. Food, electric, gas for my home heating, everything has increased.
And no matter what side you're on, you got to recognize the economy and inflation are not in a good place for Americans today.
Wait. It's the best economy in many ways. Hold on. I'm not belittling inflation, but as an overall economy, this is a very strong American economy. We're actually leading the world.
Joe Biden's record as a president is a very, very strong record. I mean, we are the economic envy of the world. Right. Doesn't mean our economy is perfect, but literally we are the envy of the world. We've got a better situation than anybody. We've got unemployment rates that we haven't seen in generations. We've got economic growth that any major country in the world would kill for.
You cannot tell the American people they didn't feel better economically under Trump. The Americans are saying we are going in the wrong direction, and we are. And Diamond's saying, look, under Trump, we didn't have wars. We had 7 million jobs created. We had prosperity. We had capital markets flowing. We didn't have an inverted yield curve for the last 2+ years.
Okay, so when you hear the left in the media saying everything's great, you know, EJ, the U.S. is at 1.4% GDP growth. Foreign aid to nations like Ukraine, Biden's student loan bailout blew out a massive increase in the deficit to the budget deficit to nearly $2 trillion for 2024. There's now a real fear of inflation spiraling out of control. These are estimates out of the CBO. What do you think, EJ?
Well, I think things are much worse than what the CBO is projecting, as has been the case for quite a while right now. And look, at the end of the day, you can only tell people for so long, don't believe your lying eyes, don't believe your empty wallets. There are Americans who can't afford their rent. They can't afford groceries. They can't afford transportation costs like gasoline. There's a reason why people are so dissatisfied with this economy. It's because the fruit of the tree of Bidenomics has ripened, and voters are not enjoying its bitter taste.
Final word, Grover. When you hear the media tout the Biden economy, what's your reaction?
Biden has told us what he's going to do in the future. Take our capital gains tax up to 44.6%, twice China's. Take our business taxes higher than China's. Have a second death tax on top of the one we have now, and tax inflation. It's going to get worse.
E.J. Antoni, Grover Norquist, we'll do it again. Great debate there. It's good to have you on.